Nikki Dietrich, Jeff and Paula Dietrich. Missy Fosbrian, Mike and Mary Fosbrian. Emily Pryor, Joan and John. And Carrie Swanson.
Oh, that's the
Cleta Weber.
Oh, that's the radio. Oh, okay.
Let's give the cheerleader, the ball player, and the parents all big hands. Stand and turn the crowd. Just for the crowd. Thank you. Very nice.
High-spirited band this year.
Yeah. What's that, Kev? All right. Be ready for a quick break here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Run another 30, Kev. Run another 30. Go another 30. Stadium in Norway, and the West Iron County Wykons taking on the Norway Knights as both teams get ready to kick off the 1996 season. Knights back in the Mid-Penn Conference full-time, and they'll get the likes of the Naganis and people like that. But really, even though they did play the Calumets and the Rudyards and people like that from time to time the last couple of years, they still had enough of the Mid-Penn teams on their schedule to where it certainly will not be culture shock. And when they were in the Mid-Penn all those years, they were usually the small.
You look back and the teams they faced, like an Iron Mountain and Nagani, Ishpeming, Munising, these teams were always tough over the years. And these are teams that went on to win state championships the majority of the time. And there were years where Norway defeated the likes of Munising, Iron Mountain, and Nagani, Ishpeming, and they were very successful despite being the smallest probably in the conference. But it just got to a point that the numbers did catch up with Norway the last few years, and I thought it was a wise move to pull out for the time being. Get themselves back together, let them build up a little bit on the lower grades, and as they come up now, and they had a nice turnout on the freshman level, well over 30-some kids, and I'm sure these will come up and help. They kind of a mild year on the JV side, but I think they'll be able to get more of these kids out again next year, so they should be in pretty good shape down the road, and they'll always be competitive.
I still remember that game here a number of years ago, back in the middle 80s, when Krackenberger scored that touchdown. I think it was against Nagani, a bigger, stronger, experienced playoff-type bound Nagani team took on Norway that day, and Krackenberger, I still remember him stretching for that pylon over there to get the winning score. You know, so really Norway, even though outsized, you might say, for a number of years, always competitive. They won their share of Mid-Penn titles, and the Mid-Penn
Kick from Norway, brought to you by Wilman Financial Services. Why pay high fees to your broker? Why you don't need? Wilman Financial fees are lower than Charles Schwab. They have real people with no business signals on critical market days. For details, call 774-5700. The Knights will kick off as they'll start this opening quarter, moving right to left. Back to receive in the middle of the stack for the Wykons will be Sean Satowski. They'll be flanked on either side by Ryan Camps. Also on the one side, Eddie Puckett. So back deep will be Paul Stakowski. Tony Ebling, a very strong leg, will do the kicking. Beautiful afternoon here in Norway. Glad you're with us on WJNR. Here's the kick. It's a low squibbler. It hits at the 10. Picked up by Stakowski at the 15. Goes to the 20. To the 25. Has some running room. To the 35. To the 40. Breaks away, and a flag has been thrown back at the 45-yard line. He was one guy away from breaking it, but a flag was thrown to the near. From the I formation with the deep back, Melchiori, there's the snap. He has it off to the right side. Nowhere to go, stacked up by a host of Norway Knights for no gain. Nice coverage that time by the Knights. On the hit was Nathaniel Berkland to lead the way. Hit a 9 at the 36-yard line. Everybody in tight. There's the snap. A little bobble from the center, and caught from behind. Fumble on the play, and recovered by the Wykons. Bad handoff that time from center to quarterback.
I don't know if you'd rather have the ball and establish it on offense, or have to get the ball in pretty good shape.
Paul Stakowski wide to the right side. Be picked up by Menegini. There's the snap, the pitch over the middle, complete to Stakowski for a short gain to the 35-yard line, picking up 5 yards, but still 10 yards short of a first down. So the Knight defense does its job, and they'll get the ball.
Idea in the world.
Steve Baumgartner will do the punting from his 25-yard line. Tony Ebling, he's exciting. Watch him. A little high on the snap, but he gets it away. Nice high spiral. Driving Ebling back over his head. Hits at the 15, inside the 10. Ebling will let it roll, almost touches it near the 5-yard line. Get away from it. But what a kick. Wow. From the 25-yard line, 45, 55, 65, a 70-yard kick with the roll. And the Knights deep in their own territory, right at the 5-yard line. Well, we were talking to Coach Adunzo at the start of the game earlier, and he mentioned watch out on the first play. They're going to use trips, meaning 3 receivers to one side, and how they cover will dictate. But maybe being so deep in their own territory, they're going to wait a little bit. Now they shift. Now they have the receivers to the right side. Way right to the right side is Menegini. Back to pass as Van Woevelaar looks over the middle. Wide open is Chenard, makes the catch. He's at midfield. It's a sprint race to the end zone. At the 30, no reason to catch him. 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Oh, what a way to open up the ball game.
We told you they were going to be exciting.
Jason Chenard on the pass from Mark Van Woevelaar of 95 yards. Puts the Knights on top 6-0. Oh, what a way to begin the game. Now they'll line up with everybody to the left side. They'll have the center and the kicker with the holder at the 10-yard line. Throws it into the end zone to Stewart, and the 2-point conversion is good. Boy, that's tough to defend. Who do you guard? 9:32 to go in the opening quarter. Norway 8, West Iron nothing. Back in 30 seconds on WJNR Radio Sports. Right to left, or left to right as they come to the line. Wide to the right side is Stakowski. Wing right in the I formation. And there's a give to the fullback, Stakowski, straight up the middle to the 30-yard line, dragging tacklers along the way.
But every so often, he will throw a wrinkle at you that you don't expect. That's why the man is successful. You've got to be on your toes.
On a 2nd and 5 from the 30-yard line, the snap, the give to the tailback that time. That's Stakowski, and he stacked up, maybe got across the 30 to maybe the 31, and that's it. Good defense again by the Knights. Jason Anderson and Backlund. Jason Backlund on the tackle. Gain of 1. Third down from the Wykons 31-yard line. Yeah, they spread the offense out on the opening play. The middle was wide open. And Jason Chenard just broke over the middle, and nobody picked him up, and he was wide open.
The first game of the year, you might get away with that. Later in the season, when the scouting becomes a little bit more in-depth, that might be a tougher play to run, but it worked. 3rd and 4. Down the line, it gives to the tailback again. This time it's Puckett. Off left tackle, moves it for a couple of yards, and that is all. Tracy Haffercorn on the tackle. Gain of a yard, so it brings up a 4th down at the 33-yard line. 8:07 to go in the first, 8-0, Norway leading. And again, the defense goes 1, 2, 3 and out, so Norway again gets the ball back in good shape.
Good snap this time, still on his feet, and finally dragged down the 32-yard line. Up 8-0, we'll have the ball, 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line.
I think you're going to see some officials timeouts here because of the heat. I'm pretty sure that's what you're seeing right now.
And they have an official
for 2 carries.
What's that?
34 for 2 carries.
I have 2 carries for 2 yards.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the 1 -6, okay.
They're 1 minus I gave her a yard. The quarterback can follow down and pick it up. Yeah, we'll go a minute's worth of
from this morning. Well, teams will be playing here next Saturday morning, too. And they just in the bank of
Tom Bosley.
Yeah.
10 o'clock and noon.
Okay.
Waffle Lumber.
From Ronbrook Field, this is Mike Carr with John Kohler as the Knights have the ball, 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. And Wolverine gives to the tailback, Chenard, off left tackle, has some room, 40, 45, over the middle, finally dragged down into Wykons territory at the 47-yard line. About a 19-yard gain for Jason Chenard, the sophomore. We were told on that opening catch for the
last year. That ground game, which was a question maybe coming in, will be answered very quickly because he looks like if he gets past that initial line, he has got a lot of speed.
Second first down of the game for the Knights, 1st and 10. There's the fullback this time, David Chenard off right tackle, breaks the tackle, 35-40, one guy to beat. He's at the 20, cut from behind at the 15-yard line. One guy saves the touchdown. Here's the Knights quickly out of the huddle.
And they can't key on just one of them. That's the problem that Chris Thompson will have.
Menegini wide to the right side. Wing back on the left. They sweep it to the left side to Jason Chenard. Flag thrown in the backfield. And we could have a hold on the Norway Knights. Short gain by Chenard. Maybe a yard and that's it. Holding is the call. Again, 1st and 20 for the Knights. Menegini wide right. As the Knights moving right to left. Mark Van Woeveleer, the senior, now goes under center. Gets the snap. Inside handoff. It goes to Ebeling. Big hole at the 20. Puts the move on at the 15. He's going to go in. 5. Touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown run by Tony Ebeling. They had all motion coming to the right. A delay inside handoff. That's scary enough, but now when you throw in the running game, what a nice balance, nice combination.
And they have such size on the line of scrimmage that they can go toe-to-toe pretty much with anybody.
Well, here's that screwy extra point formation. Now the line moves. They'll try the extra point as Van Woeveleer will hold. Ebeling will try the extra point. The last time they passed from it. This time they want to go for one. Waiting for the snap. It's there. It's down, and it's up. And it clears it. So with 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Norway 15, West Iron nothing. Coming back in 30 seconds with the kickoff right after that. This kick brought to you by Wilman Financial Services. The missing link is market timing. Risk averse strategy designed to preserve capital during declining markets. Take advantage of rising markets. FIT strives to increase the return and reduce the risk in client accounts. Call Wilman Financial Services 774-5700. Deep to receive Chris Adams. Ebeling again will kick off. There's the kick. Nice high end over end kick. Adams backpedals inside the 5. Straight up to the 10. Moves to the 15 to his right. Puts a move on to the 20. Gets a block at the 25 and gang tackle down the 28-yard line. The Knights score again in this first quarter. Then you might think about changing just a bit.
If nothing else, maybe let Rivard throw once or twice in this sequence just to put the idea of the pass in the Norway Knights' mind.
Stokowski comes to the near right side by the Norway bench. Wide side of the field to their left. In motion goes Camps to the left side. There's a snap to Rivard. Quick pass over the middle. Diving for the catch was Stokowski. Goes between. Will stop.
You know, they went through that passing drill for a good 5 to 10 minutes, and they dropped as many as they caught. So I don't know if the concentration isn't where it should be right now or what. But
hard to tell.
It's game time, boys. Got to get it going.
Operating from the I formation, 2nd and 10 from the 28-yard line. There's a give to the fullback, Sean Stokowski, across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Nice drive up the middle.
One in the trenches. If you win it there, good chance you win it on the scoreboard too. And so far, the size of the Knights really doing a good job.
3rd down, about 5 from the 33. Rivard gets it, rolls to his left on a keeper. He's going nowhere. Hitting, making the tackle, Larry Lapine, and then straighten up, and a host of other Knights stopping.
45, Larry.
And that's the one thing the teams were looking at the beginning of the year.
You got all UPN there. Good snap. Baumgartner gets it away. That's a short kick straight up. It'll hit at midfield. Goes backwards and finally down into Wykons territory at the 49-yard line.
They like to play him pretty well straight up, and that plays right into the Knights' hands.
Once again, Menegini wide right. Wing on the right side. There's the fake. Van Wovelaar will pass. Rolls to his right. Dumps it out wide open. Emily at the 30. Down the sideline to the 20. And he steps out of bounds at the 24-yard line. But it was right on the money. From the 49 to the 24, that's a gain of 25 yards and a first down.
Nice pass from Mark Van Wovelaar.
That time they made it look easy. And that's to Chenard. Jason inside the 25, spins to about the 22-yard line.
And do some things for this team, either on the ground or in the air. That'll really open up a lot of possibilities for this Norway squad. And if they play defense...
will join the squad. Coach Anuncio telling them a couple of things. The Knights on the move, 2nd and 8 from the Wykons 22-yard line. Once again, Menegini to the near left side. On a 2nd down, Van Wovelaar. Jason Chenard off right tackle, trying to get to the outside, cuts it back at the 15, inside the 15, to the 13 or 14-yard line. Some nifty moves by the sophomore, and that'll be enough for a first down. Gain of 9. You got those short, quick stutter steps.
From the Ray on the sideline.
Yeah, of course.
What more could you want?
A coach's dream, boy. 14-yard line, 1st and 10. Van Wovelaar under center. Gives it to the fullback this time. That's David Chenard. Near the 10-yard line after a short gain.
I don't know, but the stadium was decorated in Happy Birthday genocide. We knew coming in right away that it was her birthday.
You picked up on that, didn't you?
Nothing gets by me.
No. 2nd and 5. Quick pass near side. Menegini. Sprint race near the 5. Gives a stiff arm to Camps, and he finally brings him down at the 5-yard line. Maybe about a yard shy of a first down. The ball just inside the 5-yard line.
What in the world do I do?
Boy, Coach G is just opening it up.
He really is. He has really been diversified in his first quarter.
One setback is the fullback. 3rd down, less than 1. There's a give to Jason, cuts back over the middle. He's not going to get the first down. Maybe got back to the 5. They're going to give him a loss.
Okay,
for the timeout.
Okay, there you go. Take the minute. Take the minute. Take the minute. Kid's running out with the water and spilling half at the time he gets out.
This is Mike Carr, and John mentioned in the opening quarter right now, total yards, Norway 215. Is that right?
Oh, absolutely. That's my speed, boy. I don't like the opening.
4th and 2 at the 6-yard line of West Orange. Van Wovelaar rolls to his right, still rolls, looking, throws in the end zone, off the hands of one of the...
Basketball or hockey or baseball or football games or whatever, and you look back on the game, you wonder how many times you win and how many times the other team beats themselves.
Yeah.
And that's really what happened to Ishpeming last night, taking nothing away from the Mountaineer effort and capitalizing on it, but you wonder how many games you win and how many games that you won really the other team gave to you.
From the eye, the deep back is Dave Melchiori right by the end zone, and he gets the football off right tackle, gets a block, and he's going nowhere. Maybe advanced at a yard, and that's it.
Sides of the ball, they seem almost undecided, not really sure what to do.
To the near right side is Stokowski, and a timeout called by the Wykons. Camps came out at the last second. He was going to the huddle.
Hey, Captain, a bit stronger than I'd like to be.
Oh, boy. What's the tape? Tape. What's the tape? Oh, God.
Holy crap, it's 89. Their heat sensor's not working.
79.
Oh. Yeah.
Hard to believe it's September 7th, eh?
Well, see, once in a while we get a break.
Only 2 games next week. Sometimes we have 2, sometimes we have
Second down for the Wykons.
Once hockey starts, we'll have about 5.
Oh, yeah.
Or more. Oops.
It's only building up.
We want to start off kind of slow, you know.
Yeah.
Work our way into it a little bit.
We don't want to waste ourselves out early here.
Oh, long way to go.
Of course.
2nd and 8, Wykons to the line from the 8-yard line. Rivard gets the snap, goes to his left, hit behind the line and going nowhere near the goal line. Progress will be around the 6. Boy, nowhere at all that time for the tailback.
Anderson.
He goes over the middle again, this time intercepted by Ebling at the 20. Goes to the far right side to the 10. Trying to sprint to the goal line, to the 5. He's in, touchdown! Oh, he hit that red right to the money. Stokowski was looking for a slant over the middle. The Knights score again, 21-0. And again, they line up with everybody to the left. They'll have Stewart centering the ball. Now they'll give the signal. Now the line moves to the ball. They'll try the extra point. Van Woeveleer to hold. Ebling to try the extra point. There's the snap. Down, it's up. Line drive, and it's good. So with 16 seconds left in the opening quarter, the Knights 22, West Iron nothing. Back to Romberg Field in 30 seconds on WJNR Radio.
It's a close matchup we were anticipating.
From the bowl, people underneath the shade of the tree just relaxing. There's the kick. Nice end over end by Ebling again. Picked up at the 10-yard line by Adams up the middle. Big hole hit at the 35-yard line and down right there. Was that Levine? How did he lower the shoulder on him that time in Ebling?
Well, I got wasps and hornets today.
I have my spray though.
Yeah, that tasted good in my drink.
Rivard on the give to the tailback up to the 30-yard line. Dave Melchiori, and that's about it. 2:15 for the Knights and 12 for the Wykons, and then you lose 3 more. No first downs for the Wykons.
3rd down call at 12 at their own 25-yard line.
Third down play.
And as they get set, we have Whistle. Rivard, slot man to the right, gets a snap, swings a slant pass through it behind his intended.
Eyes if Ebling returns this one the long way.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Back in punt formation, Steve Baumgartner gets a good snap. Line drive kick. Ebling drops it back near his own 35. Now he gets it up the middle to the 40, cuts to the far side, 45. Penalty marker down as he's tackled around the 47-yard. So the Knights have it at their own 27, 1st down and 10. Wide receivers out to both sides. And Hovler with the snap. Swings one to the near side. On the play that time by Lucas McGee. He'll get up to around the 30, maybe the 31-yard line. Brought down by Ryan Camps. 10:32 to go.
When you throw it that way, you don't usually have one guy to guard and that's it. Nobody else is out there to help.
And visiting teams not used to the heat of the bowl. Out of 6. Wide receiver to the near side. Then Woeveleer gets the snap, and as he does, penalty. Ebling slot to the right. Then Woeveleer with the snap. Back to pass. Looks to his left. Throws to the sideline. Caught by Ebling at the 40. Breaks the tackle there. Still on his feet to the 44-yard line. Finally wrapping. Wide receiver to the near side. Then Woeveleer with the snap. Back to pass. Rolls to his right. Still rolling. Still rolling. Has Menegini open. Dumps off to Chenard.
Yeah, the Shepard game, I hated to play against Shepards. You know, they're good.
Yeah.
You know you're going to have a good game against them. And sooner or later they would burn you. And they did. But you have to respect them.
You're still bitter.
I know some of them, so I gotta be nice now.
Right. 2nd and 10 from the 44. Wide man to the left side. On the handoff. Chenard cuts over the middle. To the 50. On his feet, 45. Saying, can't you do anything about this? Penalize him for controlling the game.
Uh-oh, single coverage on Ebling. Watch out.
1st and 10 for the Wykon 44-yard line. He's out here to the right side. And Woeveleer with a snap. He's back to pass. Looks right side. Has it tipped at the line of scrimmage. I think in their heels that he could run just about anything. 2nd and 10 at the Wykon 44. This time the wide receiver goes to the left side. That's Menegini. And Woeveleer with a snap. Handoff. Chenard fumbles the ball near the 45-yard line.
They played in the playoffs. Nice facility.
Off to Wykon. Well, we will be off to Wykon in a couple of weeks. These are the hoedown.
You're looking ahead now.
Yeah, I am.
See, you're excited right now.
Maybe too far.
Ah, thank you. Oh, that feels good.
Oh, nice breeze. Nice, Andy. Woo! Well, I'll tell you.
Use what it is for that.
Yeah, we got a sports handbook.
It doubles as that fan. See, very versatile.
We may need it to kill some of these flies.
Want some of those flies?
Second man through, Baumgartner. Hits to the line of scrimmage, maybe up to the 47-yard line, and that until halftime. We'll have Dawson Weatherby. Wide receiver comes out to the near side. Sikoski. Out of the I formation, Rivard with a snap. A little messed up play. Now he's in trouble back around the 39-yard line, and there he's dropped. Wide receiver again, Sikoski goes to the right side. Third and long from their own 39. Out of the I, Rivard with a snap. Back to pass. Swings one to Baumgartner, right side. Has room to the 40. On his feet, 45. Breaks a tackle and fumbled the ball near the 45-yard line. And the Knights have it. And here we go. Norway with the ball. First and 10. Out of Wykons 45-yard line. Then Gainey wide to the near side. Ebling slot to the left. And Wolvelaar from the 45. Gets the snap on first down. Back to pass. Rolls to the right side. Still rolling. Has Menegini wide open beyond the defense. Camps tips it. And it's caught by Menegini on the tip. 10-5 touchdown. Camps tipped it right in the hands of Menegini. And
Lucas pass by Van Wolvelaar. He should have been able to get the ball over the defensive back's head, but it turned out right anyway.
And Wolvelaar will line up for the extra point with Tony Ebling. Ebling will kick, and Wolvelaar will hold it. 28-0 Norway. Ready for the snap. It's a good snap. Ball is down. Kick is up. On the way.
You know, just a bad pass, but it turned out the same way.
He's been beyond him a couple times.
Great success. And the Booster Club thanks you very much.
This kickoff is brought to you by Wilman Financial Services. Why pay high beats to Financial Services. They have real people. Busy signature. Line pick. Trouble back and it's down to 24-yard.
Yeah.
Larry Lucky in the middle linebacker.
7:03 to go in the half. 29-0. Norway out in front. Wykons just not generating any offense. Of course, credit the Norway defense. It had a little something to do with it.
That may have something to do with it, yeah.
Impacted that a little bit. Wide receiver to the far side. First and 10 out of the I. Inside handoff to Baumgartner. He'll get to the 25.
No, I knocked its blade off. It wasn't going anywhere. Might be a relation.
We need a hammer to kill that one we saw last night. From the 26, second down and 7. Out of the I formation. And as Rivard gets the snap, one of the great traditions, having folks sitting on the hill, sometimes laying out a little picnic lunch, blankets or whatever.
Too bad under these conditions you couldn't have a state championship game here or something. You know, just the setting itself, or even a playoff game.
Second and 12, back on the 22-yard line. And we have penalty markers again. What's going on? This time Norway committed the injury. Second and 7 from the 27. Out of the I formation. Rivard gets the snap. Back to pass. Throws one high and long down the far sidelines. It's caught by Sikoski at the 46-yard line to the right side. Man in motion. Camps to the near side. Rivard gets the snap. And off to the first man through. Going nowhere. Wide man down to the left side. Second out of 9 from their own 47. Rivard with a snap. Hand off Melcory. Hit behind the line. Then bounces off people to the midfield stripe. Gain of 3 from the Norway 49. Third down and 5 for the Wykons. From the I formation. Rivard with a snap. Play action. Back to pass. In trouble and down back at the 41-yard line. Zach Gray. And Steve Baumgartner will be back in punt formation once again. Unless you're figuring you might as well try something different and do a little fakeroo here.
Certainly couldn't hurt.
29-0 Norway. 4:25 to go in the first half. Baumgartner will hit the ball near his own 30. Ebling dropping back. High kick. Angling toward the sideline. Sits at the 30. 25-20. Dies at about the 18.
Tony says it's too hot. I'm not picking it up.
That's right. We'll have a news and weather update for you. Make sure you stick around for that. Yeah, the water sprinklers are getting double duty today. The water boys will be putting on some miles. Ebling single coverage to the near side. From their own 17, first and 10. And Wolvelaar with a snap. Handoff Chenard. Hits to the 20. Powers his way around the 22 to the 25. From their own 25. Again, Ebling wide to the near side. Being covered by Valcouri. Split the backs behind Van Wolvelaar. Gets his snap. Back to pass. Pumps once. Hangs one high and long. Near sideline. Caught by Ebling, 45. Gets away from one man to the 50. Another man to the 45. Comes to the middle of the 40. Goodbye. 30. 20. No flags. 10. Touchdown! see some records dropping here this afternoon. Going to the extra point. That mobile effort will put it down. Tony Everett. It's a good snap. Ball down. End over end kick is up. And the kick is get off. Perry will kick off. Short kick. Bounces around. Taken by Stokowski. 25. 30. On the far sideline. 40. Taken as a record. If you have 300 yards in the game, you feel pretty good.
4 beers, okay?
So the 5-yarder on Norway. Too many men on the field. 1st and 10 from midfield for the Wykons.
1st and 5.
Out of the I formation. Bard gets the snap. Slant, trying to sweep, trying to turn up the field. Now he picks the ball back out to the pocket. Pocket hits the 45, drops it to 40. Slot man to the left. Out of the I formation. Rivard with a snap. Hands off out of Corey. Hits at the 40. Carries people to the 37-yard line. 37-yard line of the Knights. Rivard with the snap. Back to pass. Throws one high and long down the far side. Caught by Stokowski at the 15, down to the 10-yard line. This time Stokowski goes wide to the left side. Out of the I formation. Rivard with a snap. Rolls to the right. Still rolling. Head down. He'll go for a lost back. Rivard gets the snap. Back to pass. Crossing pattern. Stokowski catches at the 5. Down near the 2. Gets the snap. Second man through Corey. Big hole over the middle. He'll dive into the end zone for the touchdown. Waiting for the snap. Good snap. Ball down. Kick is up and over. And it's good. Declining markets and take advantage of the rising markets. FIT strives to increase return and reduce the risk in client accounts. Call Willman Financial Services on Monday, 774-5700. Tell them you heard it on WJNR. That way he'll buy some more ads later.
Oh, of course.
There's a game plan to everything. Baumgartner will kick it off. The Knights will get it back for the final 58 seconds. See if he kicks it long. He will. Line shot over the middle. Bounces around, picked up by Adams at the 15. Up the middle to the 20. He'll go down around the 20 this time. And penalty markers.
Usually you get a pretty good conditioned team in Norway every year.
Yes. They practice. Menegini, the quarterback from the 25. He'll get the snap. Hand off to Lapine. He struggles back to the 25. Dropped around the 26-yard line. Toss goes over now to Adams in the far flat. He'll put his head down to around the 20.
10 first downs in the first half for the Knights. 5 rushing, 5 by passing. And nice balance in the running department. It was David Chenard with 44 yards and the sophomore Jason Chenard with 5 carries for 40 yards. So all
Iron County was really unable to do anything in that first half offensively. Yeah, they had a couple of things go against them with some penalties and what have you, but yet you got to look at that Norway defense. They really stiffened up and did an outstanding job.
They really did a nice job on that option, either right or left. Could not get anything going. They're main in attendance here, watching the ball game. Ray Dre Jr., of course, the new teacher up in West Iron and the new varsity basketball coach.
I think he's going to do a wonderful job.
I'm sure he will. Evelyn,
give him the room to work.
Will kick off. Nice high end over end kick. And it'll be retrieved by Adams at the 10, up the middle to the 15, to the 20, 25, cuts to his right across the 30, to about the 32-yard side. Quick slant over the middle, complete to Stokowski, trying to get away from the defensive back, gets to the 35.
Done extremely well. The defense as a whole, really, really strong in this particular game.
No gain, 3rd down and 6. Stokowski comes to the near right side, picked up by Menegini in the I formation. Rivard has it, rolls down the line, loses the football at the 35, rolls to the 36, and the Knights recover the football. Jason Anderson comes up with an offense and let somebody else get into it. So change at quarterback. Lucas Menegini will direct the team from the Wykon 36-yard line. Waiting for the snap, gets it. There's a give to the fullback. That's a David Chenard across the 35, pushed maybe to the 33. Short game, meaning your 2nd and 3rd stringers, and it's nice because they work just as hard during the week in practice, and it's good to see them out there.
And you never know when you're going to need them on a full-time basis. So you better get in some reps out there when you can.
Linson Bigler wide to the right side. Menegini with the snap up the middle. It goes to the fullback. That's Larry Lapine across the 35, push back. Big play, runs back into the huddle. Number change all over the place. As the Knights move right to left, Brian Adams comes to the near left on a 3rd down. Stankina, wing on the right side. There's a give to the halfback. That was Lindsay.
Theirs were dropping. You never know when that second string guy may be your first string guy, so you've got to give him a chance to get in there when you can.
At the 42-yard line, 1st and 10. Up the middle it goes to the fullback, and that is Stikowski stacked up in the middle and moved to his left and went across the 45 to the 40, down in a long 5. At the 47, Rivard down the line, tosses it back to Puckett, comes down the left side, tries to turn it up, and gets to the 49-yard line. 3rd down and 3 from the 49-yard line. Rivard has it on the give to the tailback, Dave Melchiori, maybe to midfield, and that's all. Again, the going.
Well, if you're West Iron now, you'll take anything to build on.
That's right.
Because you have Calumet next week up there.
Doesn't get any easier.
And they are a tough unit. And then you have Iron Mountain at home. So the first 3 games are very, very tough ones for West Iron.
At the 47, 1st and 10, Rivard looks to the right side, goes to the sideline, and on his back, making the catch, Stikowski. He stopped. His
nice play on his part.
Ball in the near hash mark, right side, wide side of the field to their left. 1st and 10. Rivard gets the ball to the tailback, Melchiori. Almost bobbled the ball, got to the 35, maybe to the 34 for a short gain. There's Lapine.
Passes. I wonder if they have that in the playbook at all, where they just let him drop back, survey the field, and let him fire.
We haven't seen anything else yet.
No, I've not seen them do that yet.
2nd and 8 at the 34 of Norway. Rivard up the middle it goes to the fullback, Ryan Babula.
Tunnel's ducked behind the clouds a little bit.
Don't we know some Babula character up in Westwood?
I think he's an administrator.
We affectionately call him a character.
Oh, absolutely. Denny Babula, good guy.
Doesn't matter if he's an administrator or not.
Yeah, still a good guy.
Rivard, again, a slant over the middle, complete to Stikowski, nailed at the 25, pushed back by Lapine. Again, Rivard keeps everybody in tight. In that wing T offense, 2nd man up the middle, Melchiori hit behind the line, fighting for the 1st down as Brian Johnson nailed him behind the line of scrimmage. 10 from their 27-yard line. And again, some of the starters out of the game. Mark Van Wovelier sitting down, getting their breather. Tony Ebeling and company.
Yeah, you'll see them go one way probably. Maybe one way this way for this quarter, and then reverse it for the 4th.
Minigini, your quarterback, from the 27-yard line. The snap, the give to David Chenard. Short gain off the right side.
Well, it's only the 1st game.
Larry Lapine will come in as a running back. 2nd down and 9. Ball just across the 27-yard line. Minigini waiting for the snap from center. There's a give in the backfield to Matthew Linsenbigler, and he is still on his feet and moves it up to the 20, shy of the 30-yard line. 3rd about 7.
That's a good move by Bob Gianzio.
Oh, yeah, let him play.
Let him play, because you're one play away from being a starter, and if you're having a good season going, you can put somebody in there with confidence later.
3rd and 7 from the 30-yard line. Rolling to his right, Minigini dumps it off, and it's caught on the run. Nice play by Brian Adams. Short down and 3.
Well, that figures. I asked Tony Zeigel to get me some information when he came back up, and I said, of course. Get for losing, you know?
They don't listen to us.
I'm going to go for it.
4th down and 3. Let's see the call. The snap, little collision in the backfield. Trying to get to the outside. Linsenbigler breaks away at the 40, 45, head fake at midfield. Finally dragged out of bounds, and a flag. A 26-yard run that time by Matthew Linsenbigler.
26 yards.
Showing a little bit of speed to the outside.
There were a couple times I thought maybe somebody had an angle on him, but he just turned it on and ran right away from him.
With that other penalty, it brings it all the way down to the Wykons 25-yard line.
And when these guys get a chance to play a lot, it really helps during practice. Feels like everybody is a part of the team.
That's right.
It really, really helps, believe me.
At the 25, 1st and 10. Lapine up the middle. Submarine by someone at the line of scrimmage, and may have...
September 10th, 7 o'clock at the high school.
You know, that applies to us. I mean, sometime you never know. We could get injured on the job by doing a ball game, and at least we know we can turn to Neil.
Well, for example, if I'm looking through my binoculars, maybe an eyelash or two could get broke.
Maybe you jab yourself in the eye.
Oh, he'll come in handy.
Neil's right there for you.
We may need him.
I could fall off the stool.
And we have.
No, 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Sweep to the left side, caught behind the line. Linsenbigler.
Here's really logged a few miles.
3rd down and long. 2:40 on the clock. As Lucas Minigini waits for the snap from center, gets it. Again, they'll try the same play. Linsenbigler cuts it back over the middle. 25 breaks to his left, fighting hard to the 21-yard line. I'm sure they'll keep it on the ground, maybe with a sweep or something. Adams to the near left side.
Nice ball.
Yeah. From the 21, 4th down. Linsenbigler sweep to the right side. Got a block inside the 20, up and in about the 18-yard line.
Park on the road, Nick.
Oh, that should be a good one.
Then you're home against Stevenson.
Stevenson, a very much improved ball team.
Raisner and company will be loaded for bear. Mr. Anderson, they're going to be ready to roll.
Here's Rivard. Gets the snap. Bobbles the snap from center. Big pileup, and the Knights say they have it at the 18-yard of the game. And now a timeout's called by the Wykons with 1:51 left in the third quarter. 36-7 Norway. We'll return in 1 minute. Don't you go away on WJNR Radio Sports.
Take a 30.
Oh, thank Harding early. Got his Go Blue hat on, and he has a party hat on top of it.
Well, there are a few kids over there, too, with party hats. I wonder if they're...
maybe a part of this big birthday.
The Jenny Phillips deal here.
Phillips has a birthday today. Coach Adunjo turned 52. I'm sure Bob will save us a piece of cake.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
What a birthday present this is.
Oh, boy.
A solid performance from both sides of the ball.
If he doesn't get nailed with some water following this game,
There won't be any
what a golden time.
There won't be any left.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line of West Iron County. Menegini gets the football on a sweep to Linsenbigler. Got some room, got to the 15, stiff arms 1, 10, 5, pushed out of bounds, just short of the goal line at the 3-yard line.
Some room. Linsenbigler's run for about 44 yards so far in this quarter.
They'll put it down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, Norway. Backs are set. Linsenbigler right side, cuts it inside the 5, lowers his head, and he's in for the score. Just got in. A 2-yard touchdown run by Matthew Linsenbigler. With 1:38 to go in this third quarter, up the score to 42-7. The Knights will line up and try for 2. Well, they do have the opportunity to try for the kick, but they maybe want to try a few things, so let's see what happens. Adams wide to the left side. He'll move to his left. He looks in the end zone, being chased out. He throws a left hand. Caught by Adams for the 2-point conversion. Boy, he switched hands on us and rifled it in to... This kick brought to you by Women Financial Services. Brad Perry will do the kicking.
138, here we go.
End over end, but short. Retrieved by one of the up men at the 25-yard line to the 30. Oh, and nailed at the 35-yard line.
Oh, they're special team. It's a good thing we have training. Know how to use all these implements.
But they don't pay us for this stuff.
Yeah. Still nice to have them.
Would you believe the love of the game?
That's right.
At the 35-yard line, again, a collision in the backfield, a mix-up. And again, that new quarterback, Kyle Henschel. Look, there's the handoff to the tailback. Puckett spins off a tackle at the 35 and powers his way to the 40-yard line. Nice run. Again, Henschel did not get the handoff from center. Now at the 4th, here's John Kohler.
And on a fake punt, Stokowski takes it inside the 50, near the 40, maybe the 39-yard line. So Paul Stokowski got the short snap on the punt. And he picks up a first down for the West Iron County Wykons as they throw a little bit of trickery in there. This quarter brought to you by Woolman Financial Services. Why pay high fees?
We have freshman football home here on
Focus is in. That's better. Thought my eyes were going. Which they are. 1st and 10 for the Wykons. At the Norway 39-yard line, Henschel, the quarterback, gets a snap, then fumbled it again, near the 40. So the Norway Knights will get the ball back.
This would be a good time now while he's on the sidelines to practice the snap.
Yeah.
I would think.
I think on Monday they'll be doing plenty of that. Never bobble a snap again. From their own 40, 1st and 10. Lapine in the backfield with Linsenbigler. Luke Menegini, the quarterback, with a line of scrimmage. Maybe up to around the 40 for a gain of 1. They'll get ready for the Forest Park Trojans. Brian Adams comes out wide to the right side. Backs are split. Slot man to the left side. Menegini gets the snap. Hand off to Lapine. Hit in the backfield on a good stick by Eric Johnson. From their own 39, Knights with a 3rd down and long 10. Menegini with a snap. Hand off Linsenbigler over the middle, hits to the 40, and that's about it. Ankle tackle that time.
It only happens once a year.
That's right.
Who knows where he's going to be next year?
From the 40, 4th down, call it 10. The Knights in their own territory will go for it on 4th down. Wide receiver to the near side. Benigini with a snap. Hand off Lapine. Hit in the backfield and then crunched over on defense. Brian, Norway 40.
Ball at the 40-yard line.
Shuffling around here.
Wide receiver to the far side, out of the I formation. Henschel, the quarterback, gets a snap, back to pass, throws one high and long down the far sidelines for Stokowski, incomplete near the 15-yard line. Brian Adams gets the snap, hand off to the first man through, the ball carrier Jason Matson. He'll put his...
What happens?
They mark it at the 37, 3rd down and 3 for the Wykons. Wide receiver goes out to the right side, Chris Adams, slot man to the right. Out of the I formation, from the Norway 37, 3rd down and 7. Henschel with a snap. Keeps it on a broken play, runs out to the right side, 35, head down to the 33-yard line. He'll be about 2 yards short of the first down as Brian Adams made a nice little field tackle for the team. If pose the whole crowd down, they wouldn't mind it right now. From the 33, 4th and call it 3. Out of the I formation, Henschel gets the snap. Second man through, Puckett fumbles the ball at the line of scrimmage, and the Norway Knights will get it anyway. Falling on top of it, Tony Giuliani. That is it as far as this drive.
Proud to wear that one.
Oh, absolutely. That'd be right up there.
And they're thinking, huh? He got a hose at Romberg Field.
Adams wide
Down to beat them.
And where were you?
And yeah, not watching it.
19-27, wide to the
From the 32-yard line, Norway 1st and 10. Handoff goes to Linsenbigler, breaks a tackle to around the 35, up to the 37-yard line. Good tackle that time by 2 more running backs than he thought.
Built pretty good, 5'11", 180.
Yeah, one game is not a whole season, mind you, but there are certainly some good signs anyway. From their own 38, 2nd down and 4. Adams wide to the left side. Split the backs. Benigini gets his snap. Hand off Linsenbigler, trying to pick a hole toward the middle, and he ran right into big 71 Chuck Hillen in that.
The water showing, yeah. That'd be nice.
3rd down and a long 4. On the handoff, Linsenbigler met in the backfield that time by Bo Bontier.
6 minutes to go. Ball game.
I was pondering the idea of barbecuing today, but I'm not quite sure about that.
Well, I'm sure it'll cool off a little bit.
I hope so.
It'd be a perfect night to do it.
Maybe at the beach. 4th down and 7 from their own 37. Linsenbigler gets the handoff, sweeping to the right side, taken down to the backfield on a good tackle by Chuck. And I'm just making the statement that it's warm. I'm not complaining about it. This is great. We can have days in the summer this warm.
Well, we've been here many years where at times we've had some of the weather, the inclement weather, late October, November or something. Oh, my word.
Game with North Central.
Wasn't that something?
Yeah.
Because the rain came down so hard.
Once in a while, you get some pretty nasty weather around here late in October. So a day like this, you won't be working there. 1st and 10 on the Norway 33-yard line. Kyle Henschel, the quarterback, out of the I formation. Keeps the football. Pitches back now to Puckett, running over the right side. Puckett hit and dropped at about the 30-33. Wide receiver goes to the far side, Chris Adams. Out of the I formation, Puckett the tail in the tandem. Kyle Henschel, the quarterback, gets the snap. Hand off over the middle. Ball carrier this time is Jeff Sir. Let anybody get hurt halves. And move on to next week. 3rd down for the Wykons and 7 from the Norway 30-yard line. Ryan Camp slot to the right side. Adams wide to the right side. Out of the I formation, Henschel from the Norway 30 gets the snap. Second man through, Puckett has a big hold of the 25, stumbles down to the 24-yard line. From the 24, we may do that game. Maybe that's a closer game. From the 24, 4th and 1. Henschel with the snap, hand off Puckett, running over the right side. Tackled down at about the 23-yard line. Good open field. A couple parasols out here.
Well, they feel very, very honored, the timing just to get one.
Oh, absolutely. From the 23, 1st and 10. Henschel with the snap. Back to pass. Throws one high and long near the end zone. Has his man, and it is incomplete. Adams, the intended receiver, 2nd and 10. Out of the I formation.
All these tips,
Henschel with a snap. Back to pass. Rolls to the right. Throws it right side. Threw it over the head of Camps at the 20-yard line.
Was he open?
Some people more than others.
Henschel, the quarterback.
From the 23, 3rd down. Handoff not made by Henschel. Rolls out to the right side. Still rolling. And whistles are now blowing. The play apparently never did get off. No officials down before the snap, so I will try it again. I didn't hear those whistles. I didn't hear them until the quarterback was almost run out of bounds. First the eyes, now the hearing.
Huh?
First, yeah. I can't see my way to admit it. From the 23.
I hear you.
Yes, huh? 3rd down and 10. Henschel back to pass. Throws over the middle. And is caught by the tight end, Shepik. He's down inside the middle out of the I formation. Gets the snap. Gives out an inside handoff. The ball carrier is Kirk. Kirk breaks the tackle to the 10. 5, touchdown. Adam Kirk.
That's the kick.
Steve Baumgartner will kick it off. Now they shift over to the left. Let's see if they squib one. They do squib it near midfield. Right into the cold beverages.
Oh, yeah. Say hi and then leave.
Eat and leave.
Oh, yeah.
Wideouts to both sides. Menegini with a snap. Handoff Lindsey Bigler over the middle. Breaks the tackle at the 50 down to the 48-yard line. Then drill is yours done. I think we hit everything. Wide receiver Adams to the near side. Menegini with a snap. Handoff Lindsey Bigler sweeping over the left side. Taken down back at midfield.
No.
Yeah. There's a gift certificate for nothing. Be good PR for him.
Oh, definitely.
From the 40, second and long. Menegini with the snap. Gives to Lindsey Bigler over the middle. Big ball, 45, 50, down the near sideline. He might be gone. 30, 20, one man to beat. 10, 5, touchdown. Lindsey Bigler. No, 62 yards. Backup kicker a little more. They'll go for 2. From the 3, going for 2. Luke Menegini, the quarterback, with a back split. Gets the snap. Back to pass. Throws into the end zone. Wide open is Adams for the catch. Adams on the catch. And the Norway Knights have 52-13. It's been all Norway Knights this afternoon. On the kickoff. Taken by one of the up men. That's Ryan Babula at the 20, 25, 30, 35. Spins up to around the 38.
Pretty good by the coaches.
He's surrounded by his coaching staff.
So he's no dummy. He's not a Hall of Famer for nothing.
That's right. His entourage will keep him very well secured.
You know, look at the security people. They're just checking to make sure.
Of course, the security people could turn on him, too. They could dump it on him.
Well, they won't have a job tomorrow.
From their own 38, first and 10.
Henschel back.
Henschel back to pass. Swings one to the right side. Caught out in the flats by Kirk. He gets up to the 40. Kyle Henschel gets the snap on second down. Back to pass. In the pocket. Throws one high, long, down the far sidelines. It's well out of bounds. The intended receiver that time was Chris Adams. Good double.
Yeah. See,
You saw the game. From the 48, in their own territory, third down on the yard for the Wykons. Out of the I formation, Henschel with a snap, back to pass, under a rush, throws one up the far sidelines. It's caught by Kirk at the 41-yard